Well, this is Nick Packer coming to you live from Virginia Beach, Virginia, with my vlog for Vampire Diaries Season 3. This is a double log. This is going to be for Episode 7, Ghost World, Episode 8, Ordinary People. Sorry, I've got a piece of heart candy in my mouth because I have a really bad cold, and this will keep my voice from sounding like crap. I was out of town when Ordinary People aired, so this was a little late. I'm doing 2 in 1 because I wasn't able to do Ghost World either because I had to leave the very next day. So this is going to be 2 in 1. Thankfully, I don't have that much to say about Ghost World. It was kind of felt like one of those fillers, you know. I think they were trying to pretty much address this ghost thing quickly, and they did. Not to say that it wasn't good. I think the only disappointment in this is that there was very little between Elena. Actually, there was zero in this episode between Elena and Damon whatsoever. They were with two completely opposite people. If you remember at the end of episode 6, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Damon got attacked by the ghost of Mason Lockwood. And everybody, I remember the fans saying, oh my god, Mason's alive, blah, blah, blah. No, Mason's definitely dead. You can't come back from having your heart ripped out of your body. That just doesn't happen. Unless, of course, in some way you're an original. Even still, you can't come back. But anyway. Apparently, when Matt performed the spell to give Vicky a firmer anchor to this world, to make her more corporeal, he opened a much bigger door than he ever suspected. And even though they sent Vicky back to the other side and he let her go, that door was still open, so other spirits were able to come through. That's why Anna was able to be more tangible and be with Jeremy. And a whole host of Misty Falls dead started popping up. Mason Lockwood, for one. Sheila Bennett appeared to Bonnie while Bonnie was with Caroline trying to... they were doing some sort of spell to try and figure out what the whole deal was with why the spirits were there. I guess she was doing a spell to call a disembodied spirit, and she wound up making contact, actual visual contact with her grandmother. At the same time, Elena had been reading Stefan's journals and reading about all the times that he ran into Lexi. Every time he would run off the rails, she would come and find him somehow, and she would stay with him, and she would save him, and she would help him. And Elena's telling Rick and Jeremy that she feels like she wishes she could talk to Lexi because Lexi knew what to do. Lexi knew what to do to get Stefan back to the way that he needed to be. And because she was thinking of her right at that perfect moment when Bonnie was chanting the spell, Lexi just appears first to Stefan. Stefan's walking down the sidewalk, minding his own, and Lexi just appears out of nowhere. He sees her in the reflection of the window of a car. And he's like, Lexi, what are you doing here? And she grabs him by the head and she slams his head into the car door and shattering the glass, knocks him unconscious. And then supposedly between that time and the time she appears to Elena, she drags him to the Forbes' underground jail cell where previously Caroline's father had been holding her prisoner. The whole time that Rick and Elena are talking with Jeremy about the spirits, what they don't know is that Anna's sitting right there next to Jeremy. They don't know yet that he's been talking to her. Well, actually, I think that they do kind of know, but they don't know that she's there. That they don't know that she has a more firm hold. He's kind of been gun shy about talking about it, especially since now Bonnie knows that she's not happy with him at all. Because she feels like he's paying more attention to his ex-girlfriends, or more specifically Anna, than he is to her. And she just doesn't sense it going well. Caroline is on her side in this, and they all want to get rid of the ghost because this is craziness, especially where Damon is concerned because he doesn't know what Mason's intentions are. I mean, the next scene you see with Damon and Mason, Mason's got Damon strapped to a chair with chains, and Damon can't move. And every so often he opens the curtains to let the sunlight in, because oh so conveniently he took Damon's ring off, so now he's exposed to the sun. And he's just laughing about it and thinking it's the funniest thing in the whole world. But later on, you'll see that Mason's intentions are actually kind of honorable. The only reason he was torturing Damon just a little was kind of to get back at him for what he did, for torturing him earlier and killing him. But his intention wasn't to kill Damon. His intention, once he appears at the bar with Rick, is to find absolution for not being able to save, or to not being able to save Tyler. He feels guilty that he feels that he wronged Tyler by not being able to be there for him and leaving him all alone, and making it so that he fell prey to the werewolf curse, and now he's going down this road that is just very unknown for him. He feels like this is the only way he can help. So we got Elena with Lexi in the prison cell with Stefan, trying to get through to him, trying to get him to make a break. We got Damon with Mason Lockwood in the catacombs, with being below the old Lockwood property, searching for a buried treasure. And we've got Bonnie with Grams trying to figure out this spell that they need to use to get rid of the witches, because apparently the witches talk on the other side, according to Grams. And what Vicky did was bad mojo, bad juju. They're thinking that it's the original witch that's been divesting them of this power, but they know that this nature's out of balance. It's not right for these spirits to be here, and they got to set it right. And Anna is still with Jeremy. Yes, Elena walks in on the two of them in the bathroom. That's when she first realizes she can see the spirits as well. She sees Anna with Jeremy, and they're kissing. And apparently the feelings there are not quite over, but I think even though Anna loves Jeremy, I think she's keeping herself attached to him for the wrong reasons. It's not because she wants to be with him again, even though she does care about him and she does love him. I think it's because she's lonely. She's obviously very lonely. She was lonely in life, and she was lonely in death. The only person that meant anything to her was her mother. And that's the one person she's been trying to find since she's been dead. On the other side, she can't find Pearl. And I think that's what she needs Jeremy's help with. She's trying desperately to find Pearl. So Lexi shows Elena how it's done with the torture Stefan thing. And I know everybody is hoping that it will work, that he'll make some kind of breakthrough. Because she says the key, after making him, I don't know what kind of mind mojo that she did to him, and I don't even know how she was able to, considering that she's dead. But I guess I'll just let it go. She made him believe that he was desiccated, that he was going without blood for years. So he was totally pliable. And then, I guess her way of breaking through to him was to make him feel something, anything, whether it's hatred or anger, sadness, it doesn't matter, some kind of feeling, anything. You have to start baby steps, start there and move on. And the thing was, Stefan, he was acting pretty much like a junkie. He was saying anything that he had to. And see, this is the thing with Elena that drives me crazy. She was the one that went to Lexi, that made Lexi appear, saying, I need your help, I want to do this. This is the only way that we're going to get this to work. And yet she can't even stay down there long enough to make it work. She's too, freaked out watching Stefan be tortured, and she has to run out of the cell. I can't do this. I'm like, Elena, seriously. If you want this to work, if you really want this to work, you got to put yourself in the middle of that fray. You have got to say, okay, I don't care what I have to do. You have to ask yourself, how far are you willing to go? And obviously, she ain't willing to go that far. I have that as her. She's too emotionally invested. She doesn't want to see him hurt, and yet that's all he does every day is he hurts her. So Lexi's teaching her the finer points of torture. Mason takes Damon into the catacombs below the old Lockwood property because apparently he knows a secret that the Lockwoods never divulged to anybody. Ancient Lockwoods, like before George, before Damon's time. And when they go down into caves, apparently there is a threshold between one portion, like a more open portion of the cave, and part of the cave where the secret is, because Damon can't pass through. Mason can because he's dead. There's a funny little scene right there where they're walking through, and apparently they don't realize it's booby trap. Damon accidentally steps on a booby trap and gets impaled twice by stakes like this. So he's got it going from his back out through his stomach like this, 2 sticks. It's actually kind of funny. I mean, I don't like to laugh at Damon's pain, but just the way that he looked like that, and Mason was just laughing up like he thought it was the funniest thing in the world. But it's Mason. And actually, the only thing that Mason wanted when he returned, really, from Damon was an apology. And yes, Damon gave him one, but it wasn't very heartfelt. So Mason got rid of the. You'd think I thought that Mason was just gonna leave him there like that. He was gonna leave him a stake like that. But actually, Mason actually did keep to his word. He freed him. Damon, he led him as far as Damon could physically go. And then he saw whatever I guess it was he was supposed to see. But Damon was never able to see it. I guess everybody got what they needed to get out of this episode. Bonnie needed the necklace to make the spell work. But Damon had it hidden. Because apparently Elena did not want to wear it. Because after everything happened with her and Stephanie, she didn't want to wear it. So he had it hidden somewhere secret. So that no one would ever try to find it, but they needed it. And Caroline and Bonnie believed that Anna stole it. So that the spell wouldn't be able to be complete. So that Anna could keep her threshold there so that she could do whatever it was that she was trying to do. By this point, Bonnie is so ticked off because of what happened between Jeremy and Anna. She really doesn't care. All she wants is the necklace. Jerry doesn't want to believe that Anna's done it, but in the end, it is true. She did steal it. Her intentions were honorable. I mean, she wasn't trying to be, a bad person about it. In the end, she does give it back, and Jeremy convinces her that she needs to move on. And what they had was good when they had it, but they're different people now, and that she's dead. There was really nothing left for them to have. She's dead. He's alive. She's on the other side. They're in different places. So he gives the necklace to Bonnie. Bonnie really doesn't want to speak to him. She just takes it. She performs the spell, and all the spirits go back to where they need to go. And in the end, in a charming little bittersweet scene that kind of warmed my heart a little, Anna's the last one left, and she still feels like she has this tether here. But she doesn't want to pass on alone. And right at the end, Pearl appears looking for her. And it's a sweet little scene there where they find each other and they run. It's very sweet. So Damon disappears in the catacombs. Lexi disappears in the prison cell. Grams tells Bonnie that she's proud of her. Disappears, and then Damon does eventually take Rick back. He brings Rick down there and actually apologizes for real for killing him. Turns out what's in the cave is a bunch of cave drawings. What do the cave drawings mean? We'll see on episode 8, Ordinary People.